Okay, I'm sorry, subscribers. The most requested thing that I do for this episode was a live reaction. I got a lot of comments, a lot of requests, but I actually did sit down and do it. But with me reading the manga and knowing that this was going to happen and then some, it was too hard to give like a legit live reaction unless I was just going to talk about the animation because I didn't want to act dumb, act like I didn't know that Tobi is Obito. So in my live reaction, I was just saying, "Oh, that's pretty cool. I like how that was done." Stuff like that. Like, "Oh my God, I can't wait! Hurry up and show the face." The only thing that I did not like about this episode is the voice actors of young Obito and young Kakashi were changed. The old Kakashi Gaiden was praised for its awesome voice acting, and now they just sound like two random little kids. They don't sound like the young Obito and Kakashi that we got in the actual Kakashi Gaiden. So if you haven't seen it in a while or haven't seen it period, you should watch the original instead of relying on this flashback because some words are different. I know Kakashi got this epic quote from Obito back in Kakashi Gaiden, but it's always good to get a little reminder. Those that do not follow the rules are scum, but those that abandon their friends are worse than scum. Thumbs up for young Obito. I really enjoyed the scenes of Obito, Kakashi, and Rin when there was no audio, no dialogue rather, and when he was doing the fireball jutsu over the lake, it reminded me of when Sasuke did it, and when he was hanging upside down from the tree. It was just so nostalgic because I remember when Naruto and Sasuke first did that exact same thing. But I do feel bad for Obito since he's pretty much in love with Rin at this point, and all we see is her, going goo goo gaga over Kakashi, and at one point it's obvious that she asked him to meet him somewhere, and he thinks it's like a date or something because he has flowers behind his back, and he was about to surprise her, and it turns out it was something else for Kakashi, so he's like, oh fuck. So that's why in Kakashi Gaiden, he is kind of spiteful towards Kakashi. Oh my God, Kakashi is just mind fucked. But can you blame him? His dead friend Obito Uchiha. He thought that he was dead throughout all of the years that they've been apart. And the biggest villain in the series, the one that's done all this crazy stuff, in the past and throughout his lifetime, was his former best friend. That has to be mind rape times 1,000, 9,000, over 9,000. Now, I've said this in my manga review for this chapter, and I'll say it in my anime review. This is, the Rasengan is so inconsistent. 1 minute it's blasting holes and things, and the next it's just blasting off a mask with no facial damage to Obito. Now, I'll say this again also. I guess Naruto did it just to see who he was, just to blast off the mask, but a lot of people were complaining about that. Like, the Rasengan just blasted his mask off. It should have, twisted his fucking face around. But I'm not complaining. Theory time, theory time. Kakashi asks, why are you doing this? Why, after all this time, you have not shown yourself? And Obito's reply is, well, Kakashi, you let Rin die. You let Rin die. And the Kakashi's response is, aren't you going to condemn me? Or aren't you going to blame me? And so that pretty much is telling us that Kakashi is responsible for her death. Kakashi thinks he's responsible for her death and whatever happened. But tell me what you guys think about that. How will Kakashi try to blame himself for Rin's death? And I am so glad that Obito's voice changed when the mask came off. You do not understand how happy I am. I made a prediction about that a little while ago. But anyway, Obito, or Tobi, with the mask on, and Madara had the exact same voice actor and the exact same voice. And it makes sense since Tobi was trying to portray himself to be Madara. I guess he took some Madara 101 classes, back in the academy or whatever. But when the mask came off, I'm glad he has a different voice because they're going to be talking to each other next episode, and it'll be awkward hearing the same voice go back and forward. And his voice isn't bad either. It doesn't sound too young, and it doesn't sound like Madara. It sounds kind of like, around the age you would expect Obito to be right now. And I like how he did a big fireball jutsu and he manipulated it with the current of the Kamui. That was awesome. It was like a fire tornado. Expect to see some epic things in the upcoming episode, believe me. A lot of you anime-only watchers are wondering, how in the fuck is Obito alive when he was crushed by a boulder? Well, a lot of boulders actually, and in the preview you can actually get a glimpse of why. But the question is, if Madara is here, what does that mean for the Kages think about that. I know you're all mindfucked like Kakashi about Obito being Tobi. Well, a lot of you actually guessed it was Obito anyway. But think about the Kages, man. Just think about the Kages for me. But if you haven't seen the preview, I won't say anything. But it's going to show how Madara and Obito know each other and how Obito survived that incident. But I remember when this manga first came out, it was groundbreaking, man. I'm talking about the parts in this episode when there was no dialogue, there was no words in the manga. It was just straight up pictures and, you know, hints. And I really like that scene when Obito put his head on the Hokage mountain, pretty much, when he was talking to Rin. That reminds me so much of what Naruto wanted to be. And if you think about it, Naruto could have grown up to be as twisted as Obito, but he overcame his hatred. But soon we're going to find out what's going on with Obito and why he's really doing what he's doing. It was awesome seeing some of the characters as little kids, like Guy when he went up against Obito, and Obito was pretty much talking shit. You could tell he got his ass whooped. We saw little baby Anko. We saw a lot of other characters a lot younger, which was awesome. But my question to you guys is, anime only watchers, how does Obito know Madara Uchiha? I mean, the preview pretty much spoils it, kind of, if you really think about it. And also, what does Obito mean by "you let Rin die," and why is Kakashi blaming himself for that incident? Pretty solid episode, man. I love seeing Bijimo go in when Naruto just said, bitch, talk to the hand, and then Kurama came out of nowhere and blocked that humongous kunai. That was awesome. It was a shuriken. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still editing and uploading from my phone. So if you guys participated in my video a little while ago about who do you think Tobi is, and if you're right or wrong, or like the interesting comments or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about. I've tried and tried, but I cannot fit everybody's name on this dumbass iMovie stuff. So what I'm going to do, like my Facebook down below, and I'm going to screenshot your actual comments and, you know, post images up there all day, you know, throughout the day. But yes, Tobi is Obito Uchiha. Now, did you think it was Shizui, Kagami, Izuna? What were your theories? You know, there were no bad theories in the ones I saw, because you guys made everything make sense in your own minds. You guys are very creative. But in reality, there's only one Tobi, and that is Obito. Now, I know the answer, but do you guys know? What is going on with the Tobi that we saw with the long Madara-like hair that met with Kisame and that hypnotized the Mizukage? What's going on with that? But anyway, tell me what you guys thought about this awesome episode. And are you happy with this reveal? Are you disappointed? Do you think it's lame? Do you love Obito even more? Do you hate him? Because last time you saw him, he was this awesome, you know, heroic, you know, little kid who pretty much died for his friends. And now he's like this evil bastard. What do you think about Obito's character so far? There are two Uchihas on the field right now. Best believe some shit is about to get wrecked. But tell me what you guys think about this chapter, or thought about this episode, I mean. Anyway, this was JB the Uchiha. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.